What's up, guys? Cutter28 with 4 Next Level Gamers, and I am back again today playing some Assassin's Creed 3. Oh crap, I almost said Brotherhood. Huh, wouldn't that be something different, eh? You know what? I wonder if anybody is even still playing that game. Maybe one of these days I'll go back to the old school and we'll toss in Brotherhood multiplayer, and we'll do a comparison between what they've done when they first started versus how they've changed the game for Assassin's Creed 3. So, now that we're back into Assassin's Creed 3 world here, I'm playing some Domination, one of my favorite games to play here on the multiplayer session. I've hooked up with Booker 140 again, as well as a few others within the team that had the mics. Reality King was in there, Slick is in there, and there was someone else as well, but they never hooked up on our team. So Slick bounced back and forth a few times. It was kind of one of those lobbies you really didn't want to leave, right? It was a ton of fun, back and forth each game. When we lose, when we win. It was just a ton of fun. Now, I've got some good news, guys. Our website, it's almost up and running finally. It's been a long time. We kind of started this way back in the summertime, so to finally kind of reach that point where our site is almost ready to go is kind of rewarding. So we've had a couple guys working on that, getting that sorted out. I am not a web designer by any means, so that is not my department. I'm kind of more of the gameplay and game video and game news and all that kind of good stuff. So now, if you guys have noticed in the past couple of videos, I've talked a little bit about the gameplay as well as just video game news in general. Now, do me a favor, leave me a comment in the section below. Do you guys like that I ramble about the game news and all this other stuff that's kind of up and running, or do you want just strict gameplay commentary? Now, the reason why I'm asking, guys, is because today I want to talk about the next Xbox, the next Xbox 720 or Durango, or I actually just recently heard it was called something else. So there's a couple different code names, but my point is that they're talking about two different Xboxes being released, one for $100 and one for the hardcore. So I just want to give you guys also a quick tip here. If you're going to turn your Glimmer on, don't run, because sometimes you may trip and, well, you just may land on the blade. Pace yourself, guys. The idea of using Glimmer is to walk, not to run. You just light up like a Christmas tree anyways, right? It's kind of like those who remember the Templar vision. Kind of something like that, right? Except you're not invisible in Templar vision. You just light up white like a Christmas tree, just like that guy did when he ran. So anyways, back to what I was saying with the next Xbox. There is one version for the $100 and another version for the $400 price range. I'm guessing, it hasn't been clarified as to what the price is going to be. I'm assuming they'll announce it at E3. This year's E3, I think, is going to be huge, just because of the release of the new consoles, right? That's where the money is going to be this year. That's where everybody's going to focus between Sony and Microsoft. I'd be rather surprised if they didn't. But anyways, as I was saying, they're splitting up this Xbox between two versions, one for the light, the casual player, we'll call them, and one for the hardcore. Now, does this hurt Microsoft, you think, by dividing up their consumers, or do you think it'll help them actually grow their business bigger? Just because now they can really focus more to that casual player of $100, but I've also heard that there's going to be a $15 monthly charge. So you're kind of almost getting into that cell phone business, right? Where you get a monthly fee, and every month you're dinged $15 or whatever they're going to charge for their service, because they're going to charge for Xbox Live. You're not going to be able to get on there for free, and if you're hardcore, you're already paying $15 to get on there. So the hardcore consumer is going to pay $400 roughly, we'll say. Then they pay a yearly subscription for Xbox Live. The casual player jumps in at $100, but they can't play games, as it doesn't sound like it's going to come with the actual it will come with a hard drive, but it will not come with a disc drive of some sort, right? Now, I also heard that Microsoft's going towards Blu-ray. So the games are going to look amazing, but if a parent doesn't understand one versus the other, and all they see is the price, they're just going to get the kid the $100 version, and then when the kid wants to go play, say, the next Halo 5, sorry, you're not going to be able to do it. Now, there are coming out that you can download the games too, right? So I wonder how that's going to work. I wonder, do you think that if Halo comes out and you're able to download it on Xbox Live, are you going to be able to play it? I don't see why not. So maybe for the $100 it could appeal to more people. Kind of makes more sense. Maybe this is a smart move by Microsoft to come out with two different versions. The hardcore is already going to go for that $400 console because they want everything, all the bells and the whistles. But those who are a little iffy on the price range and go, well, that's maybe just a little too out of my budget, maybe we'll go for that $100 console and we'll give it a shot. Now, the downfall of that, like I said earlier, is that you won't be able to get that Halo 4 unless it comes out in a downloadable version and you're able to still play it. Now, I'm thinking it's more of an arcade machine. So everything comes up on Xbox Live Arcade. That's the games you can play, not the Halos, the Grand Theft Auto, or all that kind of stuff. So you are going to be limited, but for $100, it kind of gets you into Microsoft. Now, the problem with that is, are you going to be able to expand, upgrade your system from that $100? So if you want to be able to play the Halos and such, or are you going to have to go out now and buy a whole new system? Now, on the other side, I wonder what Sony's going to do. Does Sony have a plan or a form of action to counter this, Microsoft's point, or are they just going to let Microsoft try it out, and we'll see how it kind of goes for them, and then later on, in a year or two, you'll see Sony come out and follow up with something else. Now, you see that guy just teleported in, ran around in circles and got them. A little shocking to see that one. I wasn't expecting that. I just saw this glimmer out of the corner of my eye and turned around. Bit of a lucky kill there. And they're after B, I believe it is. And I'm just heading over there to kind of help out, but we're too late. Now the guys are going to own 2 of the sections, and I think Reality's already over here, and I'm just coming to help them out. By the looks of things, no one's even spotted me up here, so while they're all duking it out over there, I'm just going to stand up top, wait for our circle to fill up, so we own that section and dominate this area, and then now I can kill everybody and get them out of here. Or get punched in the face, one or the other. So now I've cleaned out the area here, and at least I thought I had. There's a person, it looks like they're actually glitched. I'm looking all over the place, going, where is this person? And they're just standing there. So I don't know if they're trying to pull off the same move I did, by just kind of holding it up top and hiding, more or less, in plain sight, but out of sight at the same time. But I think they looked a little glitched, and I was able to kill them anyways. So now we're just taking back the area. They own 2 of the areas, but you can see our score, we're still in first. Which I didn't realize, actually. I thought it went by how many areas you owned, but actually it's a combination of a few things. The areas you own, how many points you have, how many points you did to get the area, all that kind of stuff. So Ubisoft has put a lot of thought into how you're going to dominate all these certain areas and take the points. Now I see somebody is back over at B, so I'm just making my way back over, and Booker there is right there with me to help me out. My compass instantly lights up, and I know my target is right there. And because I knew there's going to be more than one person, I dropped smoke, but they did at the same time, so we both got nailed. As you can see, my smoke's counting down now. In the end, it was more of a waste than anything else. Typically, within other game modes, if I drop my smoke and my pursuer is able to take me out, I will jump to a different ability set. Because now I'm counting down from my full-time set of 90 seconds or 100 seconds. I'm still, I believe, at 100 seconds. And from there, I just jump out to something that's a little faster. It's already dropped to, say, 60. And go from there. Like, say my firecrackers. I know I've dropped those down already. I've crafted that to drop it. So that way it just kind of helps get my ability back sooner rather than later. So you see me often within other games just flipping back and forth. But this one I kind of pretty well stuck with the same ability set throughout the entire round. A lot of people, there's a lot of running in this game. A lot of it I've actually spent on the ground. I don't do as much as a roof running as I used to. I don't know if it's just unfamiliar with the map, or actually, you know what, I think it is. I really think it is just because I haven't played that much of the map. I know my way around it, but I don't know where all the ledges are and all that kind of stuff yet. So that's why there is that playground there. I like that playground. Unfortunately, I just don't have the time to get in there and really focus on some of that stuff. Maybe I will eventually. You never know. But again, I find that the game isn't really meant for running, guys. Like, you give yourself away. I've talked about this in other videos as well. I jumped out of a wanted match and a deathmatch game I played just yesterday as well as this morning. All frustrated because everybody's just running. Like, I'm so sick and tired of getting killed for 100 points. Now, in something like this, where there's more of an objective than just taking up my target, running away, then I don't mind, because I know you got to get in there. As you can see, here comes the other guys, right? They're lighting up. There's 2. I believe another one jumps in as well. But now they give themselves away. Completely gives themselves away. So we'll just sit here, light them up, and now we'll kill them. Because why? Because they gave themselves away. So it kind of defeats the purpose of all that running and roof running. That's kind of one reason why I stick to the ground. And the minute I get to that area that I know that there's going to be other people over there, other pursuers, I kind of stop trying to get into a blank group, make my way around, look as much of an NPC as possible. You don't want to give yourself away. But often, especially in the wanted, in the deathmatch, all they do is run. It drives me nuts. So I find I'm kind of leaning towards more of the team-based stuff and just doing that. Now we're just letting the clock wind out here. There's no point in running. We wouldn't have made it over to the other, I think it was C still. But in the end, we pulled off a good win. Like I said, these guys were a ton of fun. That was a great lobby to be in. I wish we kind of stick with this lobby on a regular basis. Maybe I'll add some of these guys to the friends list. Actually, I already have. But we'll see what we can do to get these guys back on video, and we'll go from there. As I said, guys, leave me any comments. Let's get some conversations going. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this new Xbox idea of splitting up this consoles for the light as well as more of the hardcore. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Hit that like button. You want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I am Connor28 with 4 Next Level Gamers. I'll catch you in the next level. I'm out.